meditacionesdiarias.com.
Welcome to our devotional for January 14, 2023. Hasty Statements. Genesis chapter 31 verse 31 reads, "Then Jacob answered and said to Laban, Because I was afraid, for I said, Perhaps you would take your daughters from me by force." Jacob was on his way home with 2 wives, 12 sons, and a great flock of sheep. He was fleeing from his evil father-in-law. Laban had treated Jacob deceptively. He had controlled 2 generations of marriage, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel, manipulated others for his own benefit, and he refused to acknowledge his errors. He had benefited financially but not spiritually from Jacob. His 2 daughters agreed on something for the first time, the fact that their father had sold them as slaves. He had not given them a dowry, as was the custom. Jacob had good reasons to fear someone as unscrupulous as Laban, but his father-in-law's selfish behavior was not an excuse for him not to serve faithfully and diligently. Let's not justify our faults at our workplace with the unjust treatment from our superiors. Fear is a feeling that transcends gender, social status, relationships, and economic positions. It has been an inseparable part of the human race. From the moment that Adam sinned, fear grew in his heart, and it will stay with us as long as sin exists. We need to learn to identify it and keep it subject to our will. Whether it was due to fear or because he was so sure of his family's faithfulness, Jacob spoke impulsively, "With whomever you find your gods, do not let him live." Genesis 31:32. He was unaware that it was his beloved wife Rachel who had hid them. We should take care not to speak recklessly, no matter how sure we may be of things. In defense of his secret and hasty departure, Jacob pleaded fear and made an honest and forthright confession. As for the charge of theft, Jacob voluntarily submitted to the provisions of Mesopotamian law. This provided the death penalty for certain kinds of thefts, including that of a sacred object. See SDA Bible Commentary Volume 1, page 400. Rachel stole these idols because, according to tradition, possessing the family gods was like having a deed to the father's properties. Once he died, having these gods allowed the person to lay claim to his estate as their inheritance. This explains Laban's anxiousness to recover these idols but does not justify Rachel's thefts or her lies. Fear led Jacob to make hasty statements that could have cost him his wife's life. Ask God to give you the wisdom to not make hasty statements that could possibly affect members of your family. Amen.
Thank you for joining us. We invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel at m.youtube.com/c/Meditaciones Diarias and to follow us on our social media in Instagram at www.instagram.com/meditacionesdiarias7. May God bless you and your family.